All right, Shalom. Barakathia, how Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures. And salutations to you, I came across the world pushing this word in truth and in sincerity and with charity. And as you can see here, all right, the words that we're pushing out in the highways and byways is getting to, all right, it's getting to the nation of Edom. All right, it's going up the chain. All right, this is Chicago Sun Times. All right, and you have what you see here are black Hebrew Israelites. That's what they are, because a lot of these Israelite camps are false. All right, a lot of these Israelite camps are carnal. They don't have the truth. All right, but the Lord is using them to raise the tension and to make Israel more known. All right, in the earth. All right, now we have certain groups that are out shooting guns, and all of this is getting it's getting its light here in the earlier parts of 2019, and this is all prophecy in itself. All right, but with this comes the demonization. With this comes the disrespect, the hatred towards this truth, man. Okay, because everybody is not gonna understand and like the fact that we are, all right, the children of Israel. They don't want us to be the children of Israel so bad, so that they're gonna demonize us and persecute us, man. All right, and this is the beginning. All right, as you can see, it's becoming more it's becoming more widespread, as you can say. Okay, by that you can see that it's on the Chicago Sun Times now. All right, it says the hardest working paper in America, but you have the branch of Great Millstone here in Chicago, and nobody ever, nobody ever comes to us and ask us questions, because they know that we have the 100% truth and that we can't lie, because we go based and we're according to the scriptures, man. Everything we say is according to the scriptures. These other camps are carnal, so they go to them and they kind of make they kind of make an example out of them, and then we're all grouped into that one large group, as you could say. But this truth is getting out there, man, and it's beautiful. All right, so this article is it's called "What to Know About Black Hebrew Israelites," the group in that Covington Catholic video. So we've all seen that video. All right, we've all seen the fact that we had Jake was out there, all right, cursing out these Edomites, and you also had some bugged out, gone Gadite elders. All right, one that we're finding out is a crisis actor. So it's all being orchestrated by Esau, of course. So we're not wicked of your devices. All right, so you're gonna put us on mainstream. We know you're doing it by little and little, but you're gonna eventually just tell the whole world this truth, and they're gonna come against you, just as the scripture says. You're gonna be exposed, so you can't win this by coming against us on the news or putting us on your your morning shows. It's not gonna work, man, because the Lord prophesied this to happen, and you're basically scared. A lot of Esau, the Edomites, are scared. All right, because what's happening is this truth is spreading across the four corners of the earth, as the Lord said. And with that, that's going to signify the end of this rulership, the end of this age. Okay, so that's the times that we're in. All right, let me get this scripture. This is Matthew's. Let the scriptures talk. This is Matthew's 24. Actually, bear with me. Then shall end. There we go. All right, this is Matthew's 24. Matthew's 24 and 14, it says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached." What's gospel is that? The gospel that we're preaching on the highways and byways. The gospel telling you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are the children of Israel. Okay? This is the gospel. This is the truth that's spreading. That's why it's getting light on the news, on mainstream news channels now, and mainstream papers. As you can see, I had an article from the Chicago Sun Times. So this truth is going out just like the Lord intended it to in these last days. And with that, the end is going to come. The end of this age, the end of the rulership of the Edomites and the heathens, and the beginning of the rulership of the elect of Israel. All right? Not all of Israel is going to wake up and understand this truth. Some of them are going to demonize the truth. They're going to try to demonize us. Why? Because these people do not know that they're in the spirit of Satan. All right, they're in the demonic mindset, and they're not going to come out of it. So they're the people that are being prepared for those thermonuclear destructive missiles you see being built by these other countries. They're going to be the casualties of that, and that's all in the scriptures as well. But that's another lesson. All right, this is Matthew 24:14. It says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world, for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." So, from seeing this article and seeing the light that is getting out, you can see that we're kind of getting towards the end, man. All right, Esau can't do nothing but demonize us, because you can do nothing against the truth before the truth. So, if you try to demonize us with these carnal camps, all right, the truth is still getting out. That energy and that vibration of people, going to ask questions and inquiring, especially our people, of who they are. All right, they're going to end up finding out. And this is all biblical prophecy. The Edomites are getting scared. But it's okay. It's perfect. It's beautiful. It says, what to know about Black Hebrew Israelites, the group in that Covington Catholic video. Hebrew Israelites believe African Americans are God's chosen people. The movement goes by several affiliated names. All right. In a statement released Sunday, Covington Catholic High School junior Nick Sandman, who was shown over the weekend standing face to face with an indigenous man Friday in Washington, D.C., said the standoff took place after 4 African American protesters said hateful things to Sandman and a group of his classmates. So, this is the hypocrisy of the so-called white man and their women, children, young men and young women. All right, they're all the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right, because we know from experience that they shout these racial slurs back. All right, and it's crazy because they say that we say hateful things, but let's go take a look at let's go look at some of the hateful things that the so-called white man has done. All right, and there's a reason why we're mad. We're not just out there prophesying your downfall for no reason. We're prophesying your downfall because we have found out that we are at the end of your kingdom and that you're going to get a very, very terrible destruction, all brought to you by the Most High. So he told us to go prophesy against you and let you know. It's not hate speech, it's just the truth, but let's see. All right, let's look at some of the images of hateful things that you've done over the centuries, but we seem to be pushing hate. Yeah, we hate you white people because you're the devil, you're evil, you're wicked, you're unreasonable, all right? You're out of your mind, you're beast-like, and your captivity, and this captivity is over with, thus saith the Lord. So we have to prophesy against you before you get your judgment, which are those ICBMs being built by the other countries, all right? So if you just go into Google and you type slave hangings, these pictures are still up, by the way, okay? And these are the people, all right, these are the same people that say we push hate. Yet, you go into their history and they have thousands and thousands upon thousands of hangings, okay, lynchings, all right. And it's not just the Southern Kingdom. We got you Northern Kingdom in here too, you so-called Latinos and Native Americans as well. So this is just proving that what we're saying is the truth. What we're saying according to the scriptures on us being the Israelites is the truth. Okay, said both of the nations would go into captivity. All right, the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom together, which is why you see. All right, and if you zoom in, I don't want to go on a tangent, but if you zoom in, these are some of the same people that are actually alive today. They're maybe in nursing homes. They're up in age, but some of these people, if you do face identification, you can find some of these people, man. And look, just hanging us, we shouldn't be mad at all. You see? And this is why you Edomites, because we're not going to call you white people anymore. We found out who you are. This is why you're going to get a very, 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 very terrible destruction, all right, orchestrated by the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Those ICBMs that you so-called white people see being built, those are for your obliteration. Why? Because you did this. And we're going to prophesy it. And you're hurt. We know you're hurt. But that's okay. The real hurt hasn't came yet. Okay? But this is just some of the things that... it's just a few, man. You have the whole transatlantic slave trade over here. Okay? You go down. It's just nothing but lynchings, man. Okay? And see these people in the background? Smiling, man. That's see? But you're wondering why we're mad. Because we hate you. Because you're the fucking devil that the Bible speaks of. Because look at your ancestors and your forefathers. All right, they had the right to laugh and smile while our people were hanged. You see this? But we're pushing hate. You devils are something else. All right, I'm gonna go back to the article. All right, it says that we were saying hateful things to Sandman and the group of his classmates. Hateful things. All right, that's nothing compared to all the thousands of lynchings you put upon our people and all the oppression that you put upon our people. That's nothing. All right, so you white people are hypocrites, and you're the racist, and you're the bigots, and you are. It says they called us racist, which you white people are. You Edomites are. You're bigots. You are bigots. White crackers, faggots, and incest kids. They also taunted an African American student from my school by telling him that we would harvest his organs. I have no idea what that insult means, but it was startling to hear. You know, and this is just this is just the game they play with people minds. The so-called white man is the most deceptive creature in the field. It tells you that in Genesis. So he'll go do his treachery and his wickedness, and then he'll act like, you know, he'll just leisurely act like he'll play the victim, as you can say. All right, he'll play the victim, as you're seeing here. All right, they called us racist. They said hateful things to us, when all the while their forefathers, all right, have did this. All right, and they continue to this day. Those same kids continue to wish these days were back upon the earth, man, and they laugh at these days, man. But then they'll get in your face, all right, and then they'll play the victim. Oh, they call us faggots and racists and bigots. All right, but this is the treachery of the devil. The Bible talks about you Edomites, man. It says that you're the most wicked nation on the earth, and you're the base man on the earth. All right, and this is why this truth is coming out, because the Lord is revealing you through His men, man. Okay, the Lord is using men on the earth to expose you so-called white people for being the devil and the wicked people that you are. And that's prophecy, man. And you're getting scared. But it's okay. It's going to continue. We ain't going to stop exposing you for your wickedness and your treachery. Okay? Let me get this. This is, because what's happening is this is going up the chain. It's going into the gates of the nobles. Okay? And that's what we want. We want you devils to find out, and we want you to know about yourself. We want you to hear about yourself and all your wickedness. All right, because we're fucking tired of it, man. Okay, you can't live right. You have everything. You still treat people like shit. You do not. Your race of people do not belong in rulership at all. That's why you're about to be taken out of the power seat, and the beginning of it is your revealing. Okay. Let me get this. This is Let me see. Bear with me 1 second. Of the nobles, gates of the nobles, because that's what the truth is going into. Actually, I think it's. Let me see. I think it's Isaiah. Let me see. Bear with me 1 second. See if it's here. Yep. Isaiah 13:1. The burden of Babylon which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, which is what you see us on the highways and byways doing, exposing you, telling the world about your treachery, telling our people who they are, telling our people what they need to do to obtain salvation. This is all a part of what the prophets do. It tells you that in Jeremiah 28:8. All right. It says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles. And that's what this is all leading into. Okay, because you Edomites are going to get exposed for all your wickedness. And I showed some of that wickedness and treachery that you committed upon our people. And you're going to have to pay for it, and that's what the scripture says. Okay? It says the 4 African American protesters near the Lincoln Memorial have been identified as members of the Black Hebrew Israelites. And they keep calling us this word black. All right, because they want to control the narrative. They want to continue to call us dead and dying when we are just the Hebrew Israelites. Okay, there's no black Hebrew Israelites in the Bible, and the word black means void of light. And if anybody's black, it'll be you so-called white people. You're the black people. You're void of light. You're evil. You're wicked. You're dirty. All right? You are the real black people. That's why brothers call you. That's why brothers say you are the real niggas. Because you are the real niggas of the earth. Only a nigga destroys the earth and puts chemicals and poison into the air that he has to breathe. It puts chemicals and poison into the food that he has to eat. Only a nigga would do some stupid shit like that, man. This is why we call you white people. You are the real black people of the earth. Okay? Because you're void of light and understanding. Alright, it says, in its magazine intelligence report, the Southern Poverty Law Center calls the Black Hebrew Israelites black. There's the word black again. Black Hebrew Israelites a hate group that is becoming more militant. Really? So we're becoming more militant, huh? Alright. Let's go check this out real quick. Alright. Let's see. Mass shootings. And this is on your own Google. You can Google this. You can do exactly what I'm doing. Mass shootings committed by white. Let's just type that. U.S. mass shootings by race. Let's go look at this and see who's really militant. Okay. See, they don't even want to show it. Bear with me 1 second. The Philadelphia Tribune, this is just an example. Majority of mass shootings carried out by white men. So how can we become the most militant when all the mass shootings and most of the shootings around the nation are committed by so-called white men? See? These are statistics that you have in your own these are your own statistics. But we're militant. And this is just the treachery of the devil. You can't lie anymore. Look, man. This truth is exposing you Edomites for the wicked and the terrible and despicable people that you are. Because this truth is time, and the Lord is saying that it's time for you to be revealed. Okay? And you can just read all into these articles. I'm not going to really read into them. But there's many articles online that gives you statistics showing you that the so-called white man is the terrorist, and he is the leading cause of he is the leading cause of mass shootings. All right, you don't see any black men, so-called, that you call us black. All right, then you don't see our people doing these and carrying out mass shootings. This is all white men, by the way, but they say that we're militant. And this is just, once again, the so-called white man has to try to control the narrative, but you can't control this narrative. Your deeds show for themselves. Your track record shows for itself. You are the terrorist of the earth. All right, you are the vile, despicable race on the planet, and now you're being revealed to be that. Okay. Are white males responsible for more mass shootings than any other group? And this just shows you, man. They track the mass shootings, and it's most of the time, 95% of the time, carried out by white men. Okay? So, that's wrong. We're not militant. You so-called white people are the most militant people on the earth. You know what? Let me get this. This is Genesis, I think it's 27. Let's see here. Because your blessing was a sword. You so-called white people are the descendants of Esau. And your blessing was a sword, which is why you devoured everybody with the sword. You tells you that in Daniel, the 7th chapter, the Roman Empire, you go back to the Romans. It tells you the Romans were the Edomites. It tells you that you ruled by the sword. It says you break in pieces all the nations. You are strong as iron. Why? Because you went to war and you used that sword, and you use it all the way up until today. You go into other countries, you rape, rob, spoil, all right, and kill people for no reason, take their resources. You're the thief of the earth. John 10:10 tells you that you're a thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy, and that's exactly what the so-called white man and nation has done on the earth for centuries. And now the treachery is coming back upon them because they're being exposed by the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. But your blessing, all right, You are given the blessing of the sword, so you are the most militant race on the planet. Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Because Jacob had already received the blessing of the kingdom. And you Edomites, your forefathers, begged, for a blessing, and he was given one. Let's see what it is. Genesis 27:38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So you cried for your birthright, back. But it was Jacob, the father of the forefather of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, has received the blessing. So that's why you see us waking up in the last days, because we are the children of those people. Okay, we are the children of Jacob. The children of Israel, and we're about to receive the kingdom, and you're about to receive captivity and destruction. That's why you're being exposed. This is all in the scriptures. Genesis 27:39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. This is why you've had the best parts of the earth. You live in the best lands. And you have Jake cut off and put into a corner in the ghettos and barrios and reservations of America and all over the planet, wherever we're scattered, while you live in the best parts of the land. This is all scriptural, and we know that through the scriptures that this is the end of your rulership. For the fact that we could simply just go out onto the highways and byways and expose you. Okay, this means you're done with. Genesis 27:39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And you are living by the sword, and we had you in captivity all the way up until, the early 1400s, which is called the Renaissance period. And you Edomites, you so-called white people, you know about the Renaissance period. It means rebirth, the rebirth of what? The civilization, or the nation of Edom. The so-called white man's comeback into power. That was what the Renaissance was about, the early 1400s. And this is what the scripture is talking about. It says, Thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And that was talking about during that time when you Edomites came into power, all the way up until now. And you still live by the sword. So you're obviously the most militant people on the planet. You can't put that on anybody else. Back in I'm gonna read a little bit more of this article. It says, the 4 African American protesters near the Lincoln Memorial have been identified as members of the Black Hebrew Israelites. In its magazine Intelligence Report, the Southern Poverty Law Center calls the Black Hebrew Israelites a hate group that is becoming more militant. And I just showed you how the so-called white race is the most militant nation on the earth. They were given that blessing, so you can't put that off on anybody else. Total madness, and complete lies from the white man when you read his articles. The Southern Poverty Law Center reports around the country thousands of men and women have joined black supremacist groups on the extremist fringe of the Hebrew Israelite movement, a black nationalist theology that dates to the 19th century. So these people are obviously just trying to form their own narrative about what's going on the planet. But Yahweh Shem Yahushai has his own narrative, and you people are scared. That's why you think that we're becoming militant when we barely take up arms. You do have carnal niggas that take up arms, but those are not real men of the Lord. Might be agents. But what you're seeing on the earth happening is prophecy, and you can't do nothing about it. And it's funny, the fact that we're making you scared and we don't even have any weapons. That shows the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They're becoming more militant. You devils are finished and you're done. All you do is lie. Lie about nothing, man. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness. This is a prophecy of what's going on now. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labor. So that's what you're seeing. That's why you're seeing this anger. That's why you're seeing us expose you, because we're waking up to the fact of who we are. And we're waking up to the fact that you're the devil that the Bible speaks of. You are the wicked. Whatever you push across the earth is wicked. This is why the earth is backwards and in turmoil, because the wicked is in power. Okay, this is all we're telling you people, you so-called white people. We say so-called because you are the Edomites. Read about yourself in the Bible. Go to Obadiah. Go to Psalms 137. Just download the Bible app and type in Edom and see what your judgment is going to be for all this madness that you committed on the planet. Okay? It says, the Southern Poverty Law Center reports around the country thousands of men and women have joined black supremacist groups on the extremist fringe of the Hebrew Israelite movement, a black nationalist theology that dates to the 19th century. And this is not a theology. This is our history book that you've been using for over a century. Okay, this book is only pertaining to so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which you've put bywords upon. Now they think they're those people. They don't understand that they are these people in the Bible. And you're going to pay for all this in these last days. This is why you're being exposed. But the Lord said what you're seeing happening, us joining, you see men, women, and children joining these militant black supremacist groups, all right, which is a lie, okay? Which is you trying to control the narrative and put your labels upon things. Just like you label everybody, you give everybody a nationality when the Lord gave everybody a nationality. Same thing, you try to create, the white man tries to create his own narrative and put labels upon things that he thinks that he thinks that should be. But that's not the case. We know that through the scriptures that this is prophecy. All right, what you're seeing is prophecy. Baruch 2:30, it says, "For I knew that they will not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities," where are we held? In the United States, wherever we are scattered across the world. All right, we're in captivity. We don't have any power. We don't have any transgenerational wealth. We don't have anything. So we are in captivity. We have to serve the other nations. All right, but now we're coming to an end. Baruch 2:30, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves." And that's exactly what you're seeing happen when you see tons of men and women joining black supremacist groups. This is what you label it, but this is what the Lord said would happen in the last days, that his people will remember themselves and come back to their law, statutes, and commandments. So this is higher than you so-called white people. Okay? This is out of this world. This is out of this universe. You can't stop this. This is all being orchestrated by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You can't stop prophecy, man. Okay? All this was said to happen before, right before your destruction. You being revealed to be the racist, despicable, scumbag people of the earth that you are, and our awakening, as you see, and you're demonizing that, but you can't stop the truth from coming out, man. Okay? Let's get this. This is 2 Thessalonians 2:3. "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first." And that's why you see us coming back to the fact and understanding that we're the Israelites. But why? Because we fell away. All right? We fell away from our nationality. Now we're coming back. And now that we're coming back and the so-called white man is being revealed as the son of perdition, this means that he is going to be destroyed soon. All right? Simple and to the point. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come." What day? The end, which I started the lesson with. The end is near. "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition." This is why you so-called white people are becoming the most hated group on the planet. All right, the Lord is exposing your treachery, your evil, your wickedness, your bigotry, your debauchery. He's exposing you. Why? Because you're about to be utterly destroyed by these thermonuclear destructives, and you're going to be destroyed in World War III when you go to war with these other nations. You can see that brewing up as well. So we're just narrating your downfall and your destruction, and you're mad. But you can't do nothing about it because the Lord said this will happen. 2 Thessalonians 2:4. "Who opposes and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High." This nation exalteth themselves above God. They do what they want to do outside of the scriptures. Who is that today? The so-called white man and white race, the white woman, man, and child. Okay? In that order exactly. You see? You're the nation that exalteth yourself higher than the Most High, because we read out of the words and you say that's not true. So you think you're above the Most High. So the Most High is going to destroy you off the face of the earth. 2 Thessalonians 2:4. "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he is as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High." Who is that? Who splices genes? Who genetically modifies foods? Who makes people transgender? Who passes homosexual marriage in all 50 states and pushes it around the world? All right, who oppresses the children of Israel? Who tries to control the weather? The so-called white race. They are the people that exalted themselves as the Most High. They are the people, all right, and they go back to the Esau, the son of perdition, all right, who ultimately goes back to Cain, all right, that same spirit of wickedness and evil and hatred and treachery, all right, and this is being exposed on all levels, all right, so you can go ahead and make these articles, all right, about us, exposing us, but this is just going to get this truth more light, all right, as we know. Why? Because this is prophesied to happen. So you can try to demonize us, all right? But with doing this, you're going to wake more of our people up because they already can't stand you. They already want to understand and know what's going on. And then you're going to have our people that scoff and they're meant to be destroyed. They're going to be condemned by the word. This is something that nobody on this planet, not even myself or anybody, can do anything against. This is the orchestration of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, so I'm going to end it off with this one. This is one last one, and I don't want to make it too long. Okay? Because as I said, all right, you exposing us, all right, you exposing us is basically, you can't, it's actually doing what, you're doing what the Lord wanted you to do, all right? Okay? By you coming out with articles like this, by you putting the black Hebrew Israelites on the news, you're just doing exactly what the Lord wanted you to do. You're getting this truth more exposure so it can spread more and more through the earth. Okay? So you try to demonize us, and it's actually a trap unto you. Okay? This is 2 Corinthians 13 and 8. It says, "For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth." So you can't do nothing against this truth spreading. All right, more and more of our people are going to wake up and become actual respectable people again. All right, through these laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, unlike the degenerate state you want us in. All right, those times are over with, man. Okay, so us coming out with the truth of who we are the Israelites by blood. All right, you can't do nothing against it. And next is your destruction, because our Lord is going to bring the physical part. All right, so you can do nothing against this truth but for the truth. So expose us if you want. All right, it's just going to bring more light to the truth. All right, and that's what the Lord wants in these last days. Therefore, you Edomites will not win, you heathens will not win, and 2/3 of our people will not win, and you all shall be put to shame soon, according to the scriptures. All right, so Lord, for willing, that was edifying. I want to end it by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling on the scriptures. And salutations to you, Akim, across the world, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity and maturity. Shalom and abide, Babal. Can't do nothing against the truth before it. Shalom.